Hello everyone. So last time we were doing our chapter around us, and our topic, the oxygen cycle, was left to learn. So what is oxygen cycle? So let's say, the oxygen, it is released by the different processes like respiration and burning. Both are responsible for the release of oxygen. But if we talk about the plants, they take oxygen as well as they give oxygen. So how can it be possible? So during the day it releases oxygen, but if we talk about the night, so sunlight is not there because they require sunlight for the photosynthesis process, but during the night it is not possible. So at that time these plants, they release carbon dioxide and take oxygen, which is present in the dissolved water in the ground and from the soil. Okay, so this is used by the plants for respiration, right? And even the oxygen released during the photosynthesis is more than the oxygen used up in the respiration. So therefore there is net release of oxygen. So basically this natural cycle of consumption of oxygen by respiration and burning. So this cycle is known as oxygen cycle. Got it? And here we have some uses of air also. So like if we talk about the windmills, so these windmills are used to generate electricity by using the air. Okay, so the blades of these windmills, they just trap air from the surrounding, and then it is generated into the electricity, which is by the generator which is present behind the windmill, right? And aeroplanes, helicopters, balloons, parachutes and yachts, these are also work because of air. And birds, insects and bats are also able to fly because of the presence of air in the atmosphere. And air helps in the dispersal of seeds also. Air helps in pollination of several flowers, and even air plays an important role in the water cycle also. The next thing is to learn, that is role of the atmosphere. So what is the function of atmosphere present around our earth? So what is this? First of all, atmosphere is a blanket of air. So many gases that are present in our environment, these are from atmosphere. These are present in the different layers of atmosphere, right? So the uppermost atmosphere contains the layer of gas that is called ozone, and it prevents the harmful rays of the sun from reaching the earth. So these rays are called ultraviolet rays. If the rays are directly get onto the earth, that means we can have so many problems like skin care and even the eye problems we can face. Okay, so this ozone layer, it prevents all these things. Okay, and if we talk about the air pollution, so basically there are so many pollutants that pollute air. So let's see, like minute solid particles, this is known as the SPM, that means the suspended particulate matter. So these are also responsible for the air pollution. And the dust, smoke and harmful gases like carbon monoxide, which is released by the partial combustion, and oxides of sulfur and nitrogen also. So they just combust the fuel in the factories and homes, and they produce harmful gases and smoke also, right? And what are the things that you can use to prevent air from get polluted? So like you can plant more trees, reuse and recycle garbage instead of burning it, use food waste and plant waste as leaves to make compost, and use filters in vehicles and factories to prevent harmful gases from escaping into the air. We know very well that the lead is present in the petrol that we use to fill the tanks of our vehicle. In these, lead is also mixed to make them more lubricant. Okay, so cause of this, when this lead get burned, this lead ejaculates so many harmful gases. And even if you save energy and including electricity, so this can also help to reduction in the burning of fuel also. Use bicycle and public public transports instead of private vehicles as much as possible. So by using all these things you can prevent your air to get polluted. So students, here our chapter completes.